Hey there guys and gals, it's Would You Kindly Watch here again, and today I'm doing a tutorial on the Minecraft mod custom Npc 1.6.2. I feel like there's not a lot of tutorials out there about this and a lot of easily available information. I've had to fiddle with it and do a lot of trial and error to get even the basics down, but hopefully this tutorial will help you guys out. So first, you want to grab the tools in page 2 of custom NPC tools, and there's the wand and cloner. And the path there, I'm not going to go over it, but what you do with that is give your NPCs a certain way they walk, and they'll go back and forth in between those spots. But what you're going to need right now is the NPC wand. Excuse me, I'm still a little bit sick. Alright, so first of all, basically just make a character. There's a few different things you can do with it. There's a lot of different options you can have. Some of them are really cool, and each of these have different different textures you can give them. So there's a lot of cool ones. You can look through them all and see what you need, but for this quest I'm just going to do a human male. I'll mess with him later to make him look cooler, but to start making a quest you need to go to global and then quests. From here, you want to hit add, and you want to type in the name of your quest. So I'm going to put Save the World. Then after that, after you have it highlighted, hit quests again, and now you're in the category section. So you want to add that and make a title for it. So mine is going to be Pick of Destiny. The first thing you need to do is basically make a completed text, what your players will read once they actually finish the quest. So I'm going to put and it's important that once you get to the end of the line, like right here, if you keep typing, it'll go over, and once you read the dialogue, it'll be split up and look weird. So once you get to the end of the line, hit enter and go to the next one, and then continue typing. Alright, then you need the quest log text. This is what the players will see when they hit L and bring up the quest. This tells them what to do. So for my quest, we're going to do I guess I should capitalize it. Alright, after that, you need to choose a reward that you're going to give your players for completing it. This bar is experience, and it doesn't go by levels, so you wouldn't just be like, give them 20 levels. It's the exact points that you give, so you basically want to figure out how much you want to give and do a little bit of trial and error on that. Usually I just do, I don't know, like 300 or something. It depends on the difficulty of your quest, and it's whatever you want to do. Now here is a spot for all the items you can give them for completing it. I'm going to give them an emerald staff, but you can fill it all up, and you can put quantities in here, so I could do like 64 dark spells, but just for right now I'm just going to do the emerald staff. Here you can choose what type of quest. You can do a dialogue quest where they just have to go and talk to somebody, and once they do, they'll instantly get the reward. Or you can do a kill quest where they have to go out and kill a certain monster or person, and then they report back once they've done that. But today, for this quest, we're just going to do an item one. So we edit this, and it kind of sucks, but you can only have them bring back 3 items. Like I was doing a slender quest, and I wanted them to bring back specific pages, but I could only do 3, so I had to name each of them pages. So here's the Pick a Destiny. I'll show you guys how to do that in a second. You don't know. And completed by which NPC? My guy is going to be named Dumbledore. And this chooses if they can do it over and over again, daily, weekly, or whatever. If there's a good reward for this, for a certain quest, I usually hit no, but sometimes I have weekly quests or daily quests like parkour on my Pixelmon server, so Alright, and let's see. Alright, I suppose this part's done, the actual quest part. And if you wanted to make it a multi-part quest where you finish one and then it immediately starts you in another, then you hit next quest and you would make that one. But we're going to let this guy sit for a minute and I'll show you guys how to make the custom item. I think this is the best thing to do when making quests, because otherwise, if you just had a regular diamond pickaxe, they could just run up with a pickaxe they made. But this ensures that they have to actually do what you say in the quest. So, pick up Destiny. And we already put that in, so, but this is what you would do before. Alright, back to Kairukin. You just right-click on him to continue editing him. And we're going to make this guy the quest giver. So, I guess, you know, why not? Let's just edit him right now. Since we said in the quest thing that it has to be completed by the NPC named Dumbledore, we're going to name him Dumbledore. And I chose human male, but there's different textures. So, for this one, since he is Dumbledore, he is going to be the wizard. And let's make him a little more awesome. Let's make him a little bit bigger. You can go all the way to 30, which is like basically giant. I only use that for certain quests where you have to defeat like a huge thing. But alright, you can also select different capes to give him, but I'm not going to give him one this time. And also you can change like their eyes, which can be kind of creepy. I don't really get this one, but anyways, I'm going to give Dumbledore some regular eyes. Alrighty, so then stats we don't really have to mess with because no one's going to be fighting him or anything, so we can leave that alone. But same thing goes for this, except what I like to do for my quest givers is make sure they're looking in a certain direction. So for body rotation, it just depends on which way I want them to look. I usually do it so head rotation is on, so they look a little bit more realistic and not just like a weird statue. But if you put 90 degrees, then he'll just change like to one direction. Which way is his front? Here's his front. So if you wanted him to face the other way, you would go back into it and do like 180 and he'll spin around. And you know, it's just whatever you want it. Or you can do not an even one and he can be at an angle, so I don't know, like 46, not 460. That's not a thing. And now he's just at an angle, so you can mess with that however you want. But I'm just going to leave him at 0 because it doesn't really matter to me which way he's facing right now. And inventory. You can also put items on him, like since he's Dumbledore, he's definitely got to hold a wand. But he looks pretty wizard pimped out, so we're just going to leave him like that and call it a day. So basically he's set up. He'll be able to like finish the quest once they do it, and he'll be able to give the reward out. But first, before any of that, we have to make the dialogue, which is the most important and also the most confusing part. Alright, so again, we like name the overall thing. Is that an Enderman? Okay, I'm gonna have to make it daytime in a second. Alright, so for this, we're just going to, I don't know, it doesn't really matter what we name it, because no one's really gonna see this. So, save the world, and wait for it to click over, and then hit dialogues, and add. Okay, so this is where it gets a little more complicated. For the title, the first one, I usually hit start, or not hit start, type start, so I know that's the beginning. Alright, dialogue text is what Dumbledore is going to say to them when they immediately click on them. So I'm going to put I guess I should use periods. Alright, so that's what he's going to say when they immediately click on him. And I'm not going to mess with availability options. You could do it so that you can only talk to them after they do another quest. That's like with linking the quest I talked before. When you just hit now a new quest, then you can select they can only do this one after they do the other. So it's a chain of event, kind of like a storyline type of thing they have to follow. But alright, dialogue. this is the first option that the players are going to have to respond to him. How about, he's kind of an ass, so and right now leave this disabled, but we're going to come back to it. For the second one, we need to give a dialogue that lets them cancel it out in case they decide they don't want to talk to this person. So let's put, and now you want to hit for the option type, close. So if they click on this, it's going to close out the dialogue. And they can go back to whatever they're doing. Alright, now we need to make another one. Alright, let's see. Since I had the first thing they could say be, so there's a reward, right? I usually name it after that, so it coincides so I can see exactly which one I'm doing. Because for every option you give them to say, you have to make a separate, like, I don't know, not category, but dialogue, so that it can link up right. I don't think that made sense, but it will. Alright, the dialogue text. So, basically, if they click, so there's a reward, right, it's going to take them to this dialogue, and this is what Dumbledore is going to say to them. Okay. Okay, I got this. Alright, so that's what Dumbledore will say to them after they click on, so there's a reward, right? Alright, but we also need to give the player an option to save from that. Now this is going to be a really simple basic quest, so this is what I'm going to put. Alright, and this one you want to set to roll, because this is what is going to start the quest. If you want this certain piece of dialogue to start the quest, then this is what you need to hit. You need to put the option type as roll. Alright, and then basically you go here and do whatever your quest was. Alright, now since we made this so there's a reward, right, we have to go back to start. And we go into the dialogue options and go back to the first one, how it doesn't show up, so then we want to hit dialogue. And then we select, so there's a reward, right. So now they're linked up. Alright, then we need some sort of dialogue for if they complete the quest, for when they come back to Dumbledore to turn it back in. So we're going to add a new one. And I usually name this end or last one, whatever. And for the dialogue text, let's have Dumbledore say to them. Now see, this is what he'll say in the actual dialogue box, but remember we also made in the quest thing a completed thing, so when after they exit out of this, it'll say quest completed, and that's when it'll say the other thing we put, which was the world is safe, at least for tonight. But this is what he says when you click on him for this, wants to get into it to complete the quest. So let's have him say, alright. Then what we need to do is the dialogue option. So this is basically what's going to close it out. Well, you could do more options and have more dialogue, but this, since it's simple, is just going to be this. Alright, then you make this one close out the dialogue. Alright, so since this is the end of it, you need to select the quest and do it like this, and then for availability options, you need to turn this to be after the pick a destiny, so that they can't just turn around and talk to him again and complete it.